Hi, Paul with Diode Dynamics, and today we're taking a look at the headlights on the Subaru BRZ. Now from the factory, these have an integrated LED which lights up in a nice cool white appearance. We're going to take it to the next level with some of our replacement LED boards. We offer these in two different styles. The first is a switchback. This is a great clean appearance, just a nice white, but then it also has a bright amber LED that'll light up to complement your turn signals. Shut it off, and it switches back to that nice white color. If you want to add some more style, we also offer an RGBW LED as well. These are going to light up in a nice pure white color thanks to the independent white chip, but then you can use a remote control to change the color to anything you'd like. Once you're ready to get back on the road, just change it back to white for everyday use. We offer these two different styles, and both of them are going to be installed in the same way. What's great is that they're a direct replacement for the factory LEDs. They've been computer designed and manufactured here in St. Louis, Missouri to be a direct replacement, same mounting points and everything. The installation does require opening the headlights, but these are standard sealed headlights, so they're not going to be too difficult. We're going to show you how to do it right now. The whole process should only take about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on your experience. Let's get started. We're taking a look at the back of one of the headlights here, and as you might have seen before, to open the headlight, we just need to heat up the adhesive that's holding the back part to the lens. So we're going to set a conventional oven to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's preheating, we need to remove the screws that are securing all the way around. So just with a standard Phillips screwdriver, go ahead and remove those screws. Now that all 6 screws have been removed, we're also going to remove the dust cap in order to allow for better airflow. Then we're going to take it over to our oven. So our oven's preheated to 220 degrees, and now we're just going to put the headlight in. Now make sure you use a cookie sheet or baking pan like the one we have here. You want to make sure that when the headlight goes in, it's not going to make any contact anywhere, and make sure there's no wires hanging out either. Go ahead and set it in place. We're going to let it go for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, go ahead and pull the headlight out, and we're going to take it back to our bench. You'll need some hot pads or gloves. Now that the headlight's heated up, grab a larger flathead screwdriver, and we're going to work our way around from the top edge here. So just get in between the lens and the plastic housing, and pry underneath, and just wiggle that flathead down and along the groove. So I'm just going to remove the front little tab here, and you'll see that it starts separating. Once the housing starts to pull away, you can just grab both sides and pull apart. And then make sure as you go to scrape away the glue, because it'll really hold to itself pretty well. And now we're going to set this face down to make sure that no dust gets in it. With the headlight open, go ahead and grab your screwdriver again. We're just going to remove the screws that hold this chrome piece in place. We've removed all 5 screws. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the center here. And now we can remove it. Make sure not to touch the front or anything. You don't want to clean up after yourself. So just so you can grab on from the gray back here and pull it off. Go ahead and depress and remove the clip. This is what powers the factory LEDs. Then you should be able to just pull straight out. Now we're going to be looking at the boards here. Once again, we just have a couple of screws, so take a Phillips screwdriver and remove those as well. We're going to remove the factory driver as well because it's all wired together. So instead of cutting wires, we'll just remove the driver. With those screws removed, just pull off each panel. It'll come right out. Now, take your replacements. You'll see each one is marked either left or right, and line them up. They'll use the same exact mounting tabs as the original, so you just have to drop them into position. We don't have a driver here. We're going to be mounting that externally because it's much higher power than the factory one. We don't want that heat inside the headlight. Now we can just screw the LED boards back down. You want to make sure these are nice and tight. You should have the one extra screw here. I'm just going to screw it in lightly for safekeeping. Now we're going to reinstall into the headlight. Before we screw the assembly back in place, we have to route our wire out. So we're just going to put it through the back of the headlamp. And what we're going to do is make a hole in the dust cap and seal it up. You can either make a hole in the dust cap or directly in the housing. Just make sure to reseal when you're done. Also, tuck that factory power wire down as well. Once the wires are tucked through, you can set the assembly back in place in the lamp. Align everything. There are a couple alignment tabs on this. And now we're just going to reinstall the 5 screws. Now we're ready to reseal the headlight, but before we do that, we're going to test everything out. So we've got the board wire plugged into the included driver to power it reliably. Then we're using a standard RGBW controller, which we're powering with a 12-volt supply. You can also use your vehicle's battery. Once everything's connected, you can turn it on and make sure to check out all the colors, as well as that independent white chip. Once you're sure that everything's working properly, take the lens and just align it into the housing. Match it up all the way along the groove. And we will want to press this in as far as we can. So it's not going to be too easy because the headlight's cold now. That glue's set back up. But we want to give it a head start by pushing as far as possible into the groove. Once you have everything aligned up, we're going to pop this back in the oven for 5 minutes. Now we've heated up the headlight a little bit more, and we can go ahead and push the lens completely into the housing groove. Now that the glue is soft, it should go in pretty nicely. Just give it pressure where it needs it, and go ahead and make sure all the clips are lined up completely on the top and the bottom. Again, do this on a soft surface. You don't want to risk scratching or damaging the lens at all. Push all those clips into place, and then we're going to reinstall the screws all the way around. With everything screwed back together, just repeat for the other side and reinstall the lamps on the vehicle using the included wiring instructions. Then grab your remote control to change the color to anything you like. Remember, this is also available in a nice white and amber switchback version. These products are proudly made here in St. Louis, Missouri. You can find them online at diodedynamics.com or use our dealer locator to find them at a dealer near you. Thanks for watching.